What's up, Team Elephant? Today we have a really special guest and I'm so excited for this interview. What makes you love it? What is it that you like so much?
I just love the gym because it kind of takes me out of all the stresses of my, daily world and all the things that are going on. And when I come into the gym, it's kind of you're going into your own little world. The walls are up. You can turn your headphones on, kind of tune the world out.
Right.
Don't have to talk to anybody. All you are, it's you, and it's a challenge on everything you do that you set up for yourself. So if you're someone that likes to make challenges for yourself, there's no shortage of challenges in the gym to kind of, push some heavy weights or take yourself to complete failure and stumble out of the gym or whatever that means for you. If it's, running, or if it's biking, if it's throwing heavy weights, whatever it is, I just love that I can make a goal for myself every single day and achieve it.
Excellent, that's perfect. So that's what you see. It's a goal setting and it's accomplishing it. And do you feel like you get a sense of pride when you leave the gym? Is it something that it's rewarding? How does it feel for you?
It's rewarding, it's kind of sometimes it's day in, day out work. Some days I'm honestly I may not want to be there, but I show up anyway and
How do you do that? How do you do that? Those days where you're like, maybe I shouldn't go today. How do you talk yourself out of that? How do you keep going?
I always just kind of show up and get on, okay, I'll start somewhere, maybe on the stepper for 10 minutes and I'll some days the minutes go by slow. I try to distract myself and try to get something turned on, something excited, going on. Sometimes when I see the same regular people at the gym at the same time that I'm there and I'm like, okay, they're all here too. Sometimes I just need to show up, play a part, just fake it till you make it. Do your thing and go through the motions, and usually by the end of the workout I'm like, I'm really glad that I stepped up and came and did that,
That's beautiful.
But just seeing all these people that you never even talk to or have conversations with sometimes, but you see them there on a regular basis too, that's motivation. And sometimes you make eye contact with them, it's kind of like hi, I'm here. Sometimes you get a little high, but it's the same regular faces. It's kind of just it's almost like a little comforting environment for me.
That's beautiful. It's almost like a sense of community.
Yeah, even though we never talk to each other, because I think, some people are afraid to talk to me, or I just like to do my own thing,
right,
but it's
focused,
I'm focused, but I see the same regular people every day, and that kind of keeps me going. So.
That's so beautiful. So it's a big difference of a sense of community, and a lot of people sometimes when they work out at home, I always recommend people do that first. Do that first, but sometimes it's easy. You're home, you see your couch there, you're just like, I'm just not gonna work out. But when you go out there, it keeps you motivated, you see some friendly faces. Even though they may not say hi to you, they still acknowledge you.
Exactly.
Know what I mean? It's always fantastic. So
that's a good point. Working out at home, you don't have that community that you have at the gym.
Exactly. You don't have that, but I recommend people work out at home if they're first starting. If they're like, oh man, I want to get into working out. A lot of people think you have to start at the gym, and what happens is you set your expectations so high. You go to the gym, you feel so out of place, and then you just stop working out, right? So now your perception of working out is skewed now, but I always say work out at home first, build, and that's how I started. I would do the iron gym, so pull-ups, perfect push-ups, sit-ups, and once you master that, then you graduate to the gym, so to speak. So that's what I would say. So that's how I got into fitness. How did you get into it? How did you start?
Well, it's funny that you said you started out at home because when I was a kid, and I'll say, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, 12 or whatever, there was this infomercial for 8-minute abs and 8-minute
I love those.
I love that too. And so you saw this guy, this ripped guy from the 90s doing this I can get you a 6-pack in only 8 minutes a day. And so when you bought the 8-minute abs, you got the 8-minute bun video with it.
Oh my God.
So when I was a kid, and I don't even remember how, I can really figure it out, but when I was a kid, so I bought this VHS tape, was plugging it in.
You ordered it, you called it?
I called it, I ordered it.
Oh my God,
yeah.
okay.
So I got this VHS tape, and it was my first adult video, I guess, or whatever. But so I would plug it into my mom's bedroom, in the VCR, and sit there and do my 8-minute abs and 8-minute buns, on the floor. And I just started doing it, and some people were like, oh, kind of know, because I always kind of looked older than I was, and so I just, was always more mature. But yeah, I started out, with the VHS tape at home, and then from there, I needed to get some PE credits, during high school era, and that's when I first started going to a women's gym to kind of collect my hours and start, because you had to have the front desk sign for your hours.
Right.
So they signed off me working out in the gym, and then I just kind of I felt really safe in a women's gym, kind of being a teenager and starting out and lifting weights, and I saw these women that were in their 30s, and they had beautiful sculpted bodies, because it was a nice gym. And I just, I was a young kid. I was probably like 14, 15, and I'm like, when I'm 30, I want to look like that, And so I just kind of I saw that like role model of fit women in the gym, and I just kind of always had in the back of my head, well, what am I going to look like when I'm older? And so I just kind of knew that if I stayed on this path of taking care of my body and eating right, I would just, by the time I'm in my 30s, I would, be like one of them.
We're talking all this positivity, right? All this greatness. Now, I want to know, what's her cheat meal? Like, what is her guilty pleasure?
Honestly, there was a time where it's like I like to eat before I had my diet on order. Like I would train really heavy and hard in the gym, and I would just have these overwhelming like cravings for carbohydrates and sugars. And it's like once you have like one bite, it's like you can't stop eating the sugar and the carbs after. Yeah, and it's like this like feeding frenzy type thing. So I've been down that road. Now, since I've kind of like tweaked my diet, honestly, I don't even crave sugar. It really makes me kind of sick, if I eat stuff like that. It really just like upsets like the stuff that I have.
My whole system. What's going on?
I don't feel good, yeah. So, I'm kind of like the freak, So right now in my life, if I want to have like a treat, I really like Pop-Tarts after I work out. Pop-Tarts. Yeah. I dig like. I really like the ice cream. I'm a big, so I'll eat those like Halo Top protein. But I gotta watch the dairy. I really don't do a lot of dairy. I honestly love Ezekiel bread with honey and egg sunny side up with tons of salt on it. So I basically like leave my yolks all runny, and I dip my Ezekiel bread with honey in my egg yolks, and I'm like, that is like the best meal. Yeah. I eat that every single day. The more salt, the better. The more honey, the better. I'm just like gorging on this like eggs and toast, but that's what works for me. I also like pancakes.
Oh, pancakes.
I'll do all kinds of protein pancake recipes, and I eat pancakes almost every day too. Lifting heavy is not going to make you look like a man if you're doing things the right way. You don't need steroids to get strong. All the supplements, 99% are garbage, and they're not going to do anything for your body. I really don't take anything. I don't take pre-workouts. I don't take supplements. There's a couple things that I'll take, but I just want women to know that lifting heavy and doing things the right way, you can basically sculpt any body that you want. So if you want a big butt, you can create it. If you want big shoulders, you can create that. If you want an hourglass, with the right training, you can sculpt and create your body to how you look. And if you don't know how to do it, you find somebody that can help you, like a trainer. Right. But you've got basically a blank canvas to work with, and everything that you do, from your diet to your training to your rest, and everything affects your total health as a person. So I really think that you can be whoever you want to be if you have this vision in your head of what you want to look like as a person. So I don't think genetics kind of might limit you a little bit, but just make a goal, set a plan, and follow through it. Don't deviate off your plan.
Excellent.